Welcome to the fifth module of the T24 User Guide training. This module deals with clearing operations. Clearing operations majorly deal with checks. Checks can be of outward and inward clearing. Outward clearing checks are the checks from other banks brought in by the MFB customers for clearing. A teller must have a clearing till account before starting operations, and these tills are created by the administrators and are also usually auto-generated by the system if not existing. When outward checks are deposited by the customers, it first gets credited into a sundry account and the teller's clearing account is debited. This is as shown in the following transaction process for outward clearing checks for sundry accounts. Step 1. Click on Clearing Operations. Step 2. Click on Clearing Agent. Step 3. Click on Check Deposit. Step 4. Input amount in the amount field. Step 5. Input account ID. Step 6. Input check number. Step 7. Validate the deal. Step 8. Input narrative. Step 9. Validate the deal. Step 10. Commit the deal. Step 11. Accept override. The second leg involves the checks received by tellers. Here, the corresponding bank account will be debited and the teller's clearing account will be credited. Step 1. Click on Checks Received by Tellers. Step 2. Click in the drop-down list button to select the account number. Step 3. Input outward clearing total. Step 4. Validate the deal. Step 5. Commit the deal. The funds transfer needs to be authorized by the authorizer. Search for the funds transfer's unauthorized ID. And click on Find. Step 6. Click on the Commit icon. Step 7. Click on the Authorize a Deal icon. The funds transfer transaction is now authorized. Inward clearing checks. This involves the MFB's checks which are received by the corresponding banks to be drawn on the MFB customers. This involves debiting the customer and crediting the corresponding banks. But before then, these checks must have been issued by the bank on their account. In the following image, you can see that the check has been issued on this account. Checks can be drawn on the account, and the check number will be registered on the system for security reasons as shown in the following process. Step 1. In the inward check received from corresponding bank window, input customer account number. Step 2. Input corresponding bank account. Step 3. Input the check number. Input the check amount. Input payment details. Validate the deal. Commit the deal. Assuming the customer comes again with the same check number to perform another transaction, the system will throw an override or error message indicating that the check number has been used before by the customer, as seen in the following image. Lastly, click the Accept Override tab to override the transaction. How an outward check return works. Checks which are returned are posted here, and the charges are taken. When customer accounts are involved, the accounts are debited, and the corresponding bank account is credited. Step 1. Click on the Checks Clearing tab. Step 2. Click on the New Deal icon. Step 3. Input account ID. Step 4. Click on the drop-down list icon and select Bank Account ID. Step 5. Input currency. Step 6. Input amount and authorize. Step 7. Commit the deal. Inward check return. This has the same procedure with the outward check return. Since the corresponding bank is involved in the transaction, the corresponding bank is debited and the customer's account is credited back with the amount. Click on the drop-down list icon and select Account ID. Input Customer Account ID. Input check number. Input check amount. Input return reason and validate the deal. Input charges account ID and validate. On validation of the transaction, the return check charges are defaulted on the charge amount field, and the charge account also needs to be specified. Commit the deal. Accept the override. This transaction needs to be authorized. Click on Check Collections tab. Click on Check Collections. Input account number and click Find. Check the check boxes. Select check returned from the drop-down list. Commit the deal. This transaction needs to be authorized. Click on Check Collection tab. Click on the Commit icon. Authorize the deal. Click on the Inquiries tab. Input the account number and click Find. Click on the View icon. To register the check as returned in the check register, take the following steps. Step 1. Click on Customer Services. Step 2. Click on the Home icon.